as racism continues to persist through the last 1,000 years, all I can think about is ways to stop it because I hate it just as much as everyone else. And I've heard this quote before, but I came across it the other day. And it's a quote by Morgan Freeman, and it's the best way to stop racism is to stop using racial titles. And the reason why I thought about this quote was I work at a daycare, and this one girl, she loves telling stories to me about like the people she meets and comes across. And as she's telling me these stories, I've realized not once has she used a racial term to like, describe this person. She would say an old lady old lady with long hair, or she'd say a fat guy, a fat bald guy, and throughout the weeks, I've been working there for over a month now, that she's told me these stories, I've came to learn that she has never used a single racial term when she's describing these people. So, and it shows that it's possible that we don't. Oh, I just hit my desk. It shows that it's possible to not use racial terms, and it's the same with these other kids. Some of these other kids have, I feel like, have never seen anyone my skin tone, or have actually had interactions with someone my skin tone. Some of the kids walk up to me, and he's like, "Why are you brown?" And as I explained to him, there's something in my body that there's something made in my body that causes me to be brown. And one kid, he walked up to me and he pointed to my head and he said, "What is that?" There was nothing on my head. And I double checked. I was like, "What do you mean? What is on my head?" He said, "What's that?" I said, "This?" He said, "Yes." I said, "It's my hair." He's like, "Why does it look like that?" And I was like, "People who look like me, their hair tends to grow up." And he's like, "Oh." And he was like, "Why is mine not like that?" Or, "Why does your hair not grow straight?" No, he said, "Why does my hair not do that?" And I was like, "It just doesn't. It's just how we're born. You can't really change it." And working with these kids who have yet to be exposed to racial terms, and it's I love it how they don't see any indifference between us, because I've also witnessed it when they're talking to each other. She was like, there's this one little black girl and she had her braids, and one girl walked up and I was like, "I want my hair like that." And it wasn't, she didn't see it as weird or anything like in a negative way. She was fascinated by it, and I feel like we should be fascinated by one another. I lost my train of thought, but I feel like we should be fascinated by one another, and I lost my train of thought, but I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say. And now, when it comes to describing people, even though I just used it for like 40 seconds ago to describe this girl, I try my best to not use racial terms when it comes to talking about people. I try my best to be racially colorblind, or I think ambiguous is the word I'm looking for. A month ago, and that's another thing. People tend to correlate areas that vote for a certain party in the U.S. with them being racist. But the thing about it, I went and stayed in upstate New York for a few days, and the people there, despite me being the darkest one, no matter where I go, they treated me with no difference. I was the same to anyone else that lived there in that area, no matter where I went. And it shows that the media, you see one little insignificant interaction, or it is a pretty big interaction sometimes, but you see it was one small interaction, and that one small interaction between two people gets generalized across millions on all sides of skin tones. And I feel like it is sad because a lot of people probably won't ever go to rural areas because they're often associated with racism, when I feel like they're not. I see countless videos on YouTube of guys my skin tone going out there, and the people love them. It's like we're all humans, and we should stop letting the stuff all across the internet determine how we associate with people. Let personal interaction determine how you feel about somebody, not something that you see online. Because I see all these things online, and I do not let it bother how I treat my friends and other people I meet that I'd see that I feel might come at me or something like that. You always treat somebody at face value. Treat everyone how you want to be treated. If you want to be treated like dog crap, then you treat everyone else like dog crap. If you want to be treated nice, treat everyone nicely, no matter how they look. I'm pretty sure there's lots of people who say the same thing that I'm talking about. And yeah, but I love y'all, whoever's watching. Stop using racial terms, like Morgan Freeman said. And us Homo sapiens will persist because we get through any problem that happens, just like we did, what's it called, smallpox. I feel like smallpox is one of the greatest achievements all of humanity has done, because that was one of the few things besides the International Space Station that we came together and we all were able to put an end to it. I think smallpox has been completely eradicated, the only disease that has been completely eradicated from this planet. But yeah, I love y'all. Be good people. Mwah.